So this is the newscast that talks about Julian and her fishes. The newscast describes Julian and her fishes as terrorists, but I thought they were the good guys.
Fish's terrorist leader Julian Taylor was killed today in a gun battle with police near Canterbury. 4 other terrorists escaped after murdering 2 officers. Police say they have sufficient forensic and surveillance evidence to identify the 4 killers. All suspects should be considered armed and extremely dangerous.
I mean, from the public's perspective watching this, we've got people who they're describing as terrorists killing cops or running around causing problems, and they're all dangerous and killing people.
Yep.
Is Julian a terrorist?
I mean, given the evidence as provided from this perspective, yeah, terrorist.
So why is Julian and the fishes, why are they good guys? From the perspective of Theo and us as the audience as we're going through this, why does it feel like they're the good guys?
It feels like they're the good guys because they're standing up. So first of all, they're the little guys. I think it's pretty universal that humans like to stand they like that underdog, right? You want the little guy to overcome. You want David to overcome Goliath.
Okay.
And I guess also we just told the story from their perspective, right? Like we are told their moral cause, and then they are chasing after it.
So what is their cause? There's a totalitarian government in Britain with draconian immigration laws.
Yeah.
That is kind of running roughshod over the public. And Julian and the terrorists want to overthrow that government.
They want to overthrow the government so that way the illegal immigrants can stay.
And even though this is the best country in the world, as far as
the only country in the world, yeah.
There's so many illegals who are trying to come in because Britain is so good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And there's an internal rebellion of people, the fishes, trying to overthrow the government that's responsible for Britain being good.
Yeah.
So
yeah. That's right. They don't like management. That's what it boils down to.
So, but are they right? It is a totalitarian government, and they are mistreating refugees.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time,
at the same time, that totalitarian government is what makes that government appealing to the refugees. Like that's why they want to go there.
That's right, because if the totalitarian government wasn't in power, then Britain may be in chaos like the rest of the world.
Yeah.
In which case, that would diminish the drive for the illegals and all the immigrants to come to Britain.
Right. But I think what your question is getting at is why is she a terrorist? Like terrorist is a strong word.
So a terrorist. So there's a power structure, meaning a government that's in place, and there's a rebellion, and it's ragtag.
Yep.
And they want to overthrow the
government. It has to be ragtag, right? Because in order for it to be not ragtag, it would mean that there are peer groups, which means inside the UK you would have another UK-sized government. The only options for the fish group is ragtaggy stuff, is hit and strike and dodge, and it is terrorist stuff, I guess, right?
So that's right. So the official government has tanks and police and guns and batons and official policy.
You don't have
tanks. So that's not terrorism. But a terrorist who's a ragtag group going up against the totalitarian government would have to use tactics that could be construed as terrorist tactics. And they have no choice. Right. They have to do that.
Because you don't have tanks.
You don't have tanks. You have to use underhanded tactics and questionable tactics. So the question is, are they being described as terrorists unfairly because they're forced to use these tactics, but their cause is good? Or are they truly just terrorists causing problems? Or is that...
That is a firm gray to me.
Yeah.
Because of course the government that's in charge, that's in power, doesn't want other people overthrowing them, so they're going to label them terrorists.
Right.
But also, I guess, to the point is that they just share different morality. And so Julianne and her fishes have a sense of what's right, and the government and the rest of England or the rest of Britain has its own thoughts. And so just depending on who controls the news, it gets to call the other people the terrorists, I guess.
Right. And also that means that the cause is super gray. Like, which one do we want to be a part of, the government cause or the terrorist cause? Yep. Actually, depending on the situation, you could go either way.
Yep.
And so this is now a propaganda war, a power battle.
Exactly.
And this is the government trying to undermine the fishes.
Yeah.
So,
and
summary,
to maintain order, you can't have people going around killing you police officers if the police officers are what's keeping your society orderly.
Right. So they really are terrorists, even though I may agree with their cause in some circumstances.
And there's kind of no way for them to not be terrorists. Heck,
that's right.
Even like eco-terrorists, like tie yourself to a tree. Like, you didn't use bombs, you didn't kill any police, but like, you're terrorists. Like,
but they have to use those unconventional tactics.
Right.
So is a terrorist just somebody using unconventional tactics against a conventional foe?
Where the conventional foe has more power? Maybe, yeah. Oof, I don't like this.
I don't like this. I don't like it at all.
But kind of, I get it.